This is the Shaver Prep Football Podcast, episode 26, season 2, presented by Aquarius Home Services and brought to you by True Stone Financial, 612 Quarterbacks, Pizza Barn, and powered by 10K Construction. A big announcement, I'll release my exclusive Talk North preseason all-state football team on Monday, August 18th. And I'll have a special guest. Ryan Burns will be here to help me break down that team. That's on August 18th, so mark your calendar. Football practice in Minnesota started on Monday, August 11th, so it's go time around the state, and that includes Dodge Center, where 4-star recruit Pierce Petersohn will lead the Triton Cobras this fall. Pierce committed to Penn State football this summer and then made the drive to the Twin Cities to talk with me about his football future. Well, I'm excited to talk to Pierce Peterson, who plays football at Triton High School, but also has verbally committed to play at the next level for Penn State University. Great to have you here. Thanks for doing this. You made the choice to go to Penn State 3 days after you made your official visit. Did you feel like that was just to make sure that was your choice? I mean, did you know going there that's likely where you were going to end up, or not?
It was pretty close. It was pretty close race, but after the official visit and stuff, I think that was home for me. So it was pretty close, but I think that definitely helped. The official visit helped me make my decision. So between Penn State and the Gophers, now Penn State wanted you to play tight end, tight end. Yeah,
and the Gophers were talking to you as a linebacker.
Yeah.
Was that the deciding factor in a lot of ways or not?
Not really. I think there's some other stuff, but I mean, position, yeah. So it wasn't like a huge factor, but maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So right now, what do you play for Triton?
I'm quarterback and a safety. So
you're nowhere near tight end
or linebacker.
Or linebacker.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that position switch? I mean, does it sound like it's going to be a comfortable switch for you?
I mean, there's a couple players at Penn State right now that played quarterback in high school. So I think they've done a good job transitioning their players. So I'm excited for that change.
You are what right now?
6'5", like 200.
Okay. For a tight end in college, what are they?
They're around like 250-ish, kind of, yeah. But it's crazy.
Can you imagine putting on 50 pounds?
I know, but it's crazy because like a couple months ago, there was a dude that's only been there for like a couple months and he's already gained like 30 pounds. So like they really put the weight on you quick.
Hopefully without losing any of the speed or athleticism.
They do it. They do it right. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have a history of tight ends. I mean, Tyler Warren was just drafted by the Colts. How is it a good fit? How is Penn State a good fit for you as a person and as a player?
Mm-hmm. I'll just start off with like the campus and stuff like that. It's just rural area, kind of like my hometown, Dodge Center.
Sure.
And that's a big part too, because just feeling comfortable like with the area.
Right.
And then just the coaches, I felt good with all of them and stuff like that. So those are like the two. Yeah.
It's truly a campus town.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It has
college
that
town,
campus, college town. It has that feel to it.
Yeah.
The U of M does, but it doesn't because it's in that urban setting.
Yeah. There's like more people that go to college than the actual town. So, yeah. It's really like the town thrives off the college. That's pretty much if there was no college there wouldn't be a town.
Right.
So.
Right. And we should point out that, I mean, the decision between Penn State and the Gophers, I mean, you made, 5 unofficial visits to the Gophers? I mean, you're from here. I mean, obviously that's a draw to play there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it
wasn't an easy decision.
It wasn't an easy decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did your coach play into this? How did your family play into this? In helping you make a decision?
Yeah, well, it's kind of different because like they don't want to have a big influence on me, so they didn't really say much.
Okay.
Yeah.
They left it up to you.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I kind of just had time wait, and then once it was finally ready, I made my decision. So because I just wanted to make sure I was good, and so I'm still comfortable with my decision right now, so I'm good.
There's speculation out there that because Roman Voss at Jackson County Central chose the Gophers and is going to play tight end, that maybe, you didn't go there because of that. I think that's not correct. But in honesty, Pierce, you guys probably will be compared to each other over the next few years of your college career, fairly or unfairly. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
I mean, if anything, he would have influenced my opinion because I'm great friends with him. So if anything, since him going to the Gophers, it would have helped me. But like, there's just other things that came down. So yeah, me and Roman are great friends. We've been friends since elementary school.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you know each other back that far?
It all started from like basketball. I was on the same. My dad put on an AU team together, and he was on it. So it was ever since like 5th grade. So I've been good friends with him and his family.
What's the conversation been like over the summer when you guys are both deciding where to go? Did you have conversations or not?
A little bit, but not a whole lot, yeah. So like we were on the same official visit together and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool.
It wasn't like, I'm going to go if you go kind of a thing.
Not really, no. Yeah. No, we both made our own decisions.
Yeah.
What was best for us, yeah.
So how are you a different football player now than you were, say, a year ago? What's the biggest difference in you right now physically as a player?
I'd say probably a little bit stronger. I'm going to still be playing the same positions this year for high school. I'm not going to switch to tight end or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I'll still be playing safety and quarterback, but hopefully I'm just got my arm talent a little better, and hopefully I can scramble and be the best teammate and work ethic, try to make everyone else better so we can have a good season this year.
It's great to have this decision out of the way because it allows you to enjoy your senior football season.
Yeah, for sure.
And these are all guys you grew up with. I mean,
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Just talk a little bit about, this is the last time that you guys will all be together. How do you plan to let it soak in?
I don't know, to be honest yet. I mean, once the time gets there.
Yeah.
But I hope, hopefully our season lasts as long as possible. So yeah. I don't know.
What kind of team will you guys have?
We should be pretty good, but we still have a lot to work to do. We made it to the state quarterfinals last year. Yep. We lost by 1 point, but we only had 3 seniors last year. So,
wow.
But it's a whole new season this year, so we still got to prove something, but we should be pretty good. Yeah.
Cool. Your coach sent me, Brandon, sent me something. I want to read this to you.
Okay.
He said, this is about you. What makes him special, effort and consistency. I don't think he's lost a sprint in practice over the last 3 years that I've coached him. He goes 100% each and every day. That's the consistency you see as well. It's rare for a kid to bring all his all in each sport, regardless of the day or the expected outcome in the game. I think his ability to not be overwhelmed by situations makes him the perfect Big Ten athlete. He's someone who's remarkably stoic. I can see that, and even more so in bigger games. More than anything, he continues to remain humble through all of this, and he has driven his work ethic to new heights, taken it to new heights. There's no telling with his natural ability, consistency, and work ethic what he could do at Penn State and beyond. When you hear that, first of all, what's your relationship like with your coach? And when you hear that, what do you think?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, appreciate you if you're watching this. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I have a great relationship with him and stuff like that. He kind of lets me do a little bit on the offense. So like he'll call a play, and if I don't like it, so he gives me, we got a good.
So you have the freedom to change.
Yeah, like my input, whatever, and he'll listen to me. And so same with all the other players too. So like, I think he's just great with relationships, and he takes a strong influence on what his players have to say. Did
you kind of grow into your body, or have you always been big? Or did something happen? Was there a growth spurt that you just took off?
I've been always a little bit taller. I mean,
you have? Okay.
Yeah.
And a basketball player too. So was it a tough decision at all as you get older as to where you think you might want to play?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, basketball I always probably put the most effort into and stuff that. Yeah. And then track, I've been pretty good at it too. So
I got to stop you right there.
Yeah.
That's an understatement. You ran 48.1 in the 400 meters this year at the state track meet. You finished second to a guy named Oliver Thompson who ran 47.7.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is insane. I went to college at Iowa State.
Okay.
I finished second in the 400 meters my senior year to a guy who's built exactly like you. Okay. He was 6'5". He ended up running in the 46s in college.
Wow.
Did you give any consideration
to wanting to be a track. Those numbers are insane, Pierce. That's for a Minnesota kid to run 48s, 47. Any consideration at all to be a track guy?
I mean, my brother runs track right now at Mankato. So,
really?
Yeah, but not a whole lot, to be honest.
That's a man's race, the 400 meters, right?
Yeah.
How painful is that race?
Definitely the last 100 meter, but like, I don't know, my longer legs got kind of help a little bit, but no, at the state track meet this year, it's crazy because I was in the 100, 200, 400 and high jump. So like I was just going all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
But the 400 for you, for a guy your size and the strides, I would think is just crazy because you could eat up so much ground running. Did you enjoy that? I mean, do you like that?
Yeah, it was fun. Just racing for other people, especially at the state track meet. I've never seen them. So like, it's not the same people all the time.
Right.
Yeah. And all that great competition, like it just helps your time. So super cool.
Are you one of those guys that when football's over, will you leave school early? Are you graduating early to go?
No.
So you will be back for next spring.
Yeah. Yeah. Because our school doesn't have it anyway. So
yeah, I
got to stay anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I want to play my basketball season in tracks.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that sticks with you in your conversations with your coach, or maybe a mentor, maybe your family, that like that little voice in the back of your head that has kind of guided you through a tough decision to decide where to go to school? But is there some advice or somebody gave you that has stuck with you that maybe you kind of, I don't know, not a mantra, but something that, is important to you? I
mean, maybe like I heard some things like if you weren't going there for a sport or anything like that, would you still like the campus and the school and stuff like that? So I think that's big influence too. It's not just all football because I mean you're going there to play football, but I mean the ball's gonna go flat eventually. So you're gonna have that degree and have a good time while you're at the college that you chose. So
well, congratulations to you. I know this was not an easy decision. You're a 4-star football player from Minnesota. We don't get a ton of 4-star players, but we've got 4 this year, and they're all 4 pretty exceptional players. So thank you for doing this. Congratulations to you. And we'll take a short break. We'll be right back.
The Minnesota State Fair means fun, food, and a waterpalooza of a deal from Aquarius Home Services. That's right. Aquarius has a fair special on a Connecticut water treatment system that's perfect for your home. Worry-free drinking water, sparkling dishes, and softer skin. Sound good? Well, the deal is 36 months, 0% financing based on credit approval. Visit AquariusHomeservices.com for details. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended. 10K Construction is your one stop for all your general contracting needs, whether interior, exterior, residential, commercial, or multifamily properties. They build relationships with their clients, and that's how they've grown their business through referrals. Plus, they are teaming up with LP SmartSide to become Minnesota's premier siding installer. And they're also partnering with IKO Shingles as well. They've got the best of the best to do the job right. 10K Construction covers both Minnesota and Wisconsin. Now, the rumor is they charge a little extra because it's Packer land. I'm not sure about that, but what I am sure about, 10K Construction is the company you want handling all of your general contracting needs. Go to 10kconstruction.com for details. Well, Vikings training camp rolls along in Eagan, and joining me now is veteran fullback CJ Ham. Hard to believe this is your 10th training camp. When you started out, did you ever think in your wildest dreams, coming out of Augustana, that you would be in an NFL training camp, let alone the Vikings, for 10 years?
Truthfully, probably not. It's truly a blessing every single year. And every year it's just always kind of put my head down and work. For so many years of my career, nothing was ever guaranteed. Things still aren't never guaranteed in this business. Right. That's how I approach it. So just taking it year by year, and by the grace of God, I'm doing my 10th.
It's even maybe more precarious for the fullback position because some teams have them, some teams don't. You just happen to be in one of the places where they value that position.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Obviously, in our old regime, I played a lot, right? And then when KOC and the guys came in, there was a question mark. They didn't have a fullback in the LA system, so you didn't really know what was
Right.
what was going to happen. But again, by the grace of God, they saw value in what I do, and every single year it's increased a little more and a little more, and I'm just glad I can still bring value.
Is it true that most Viking players list you as their emergency contact?
I actually just saw that video today. I guess so. I don't know.
And what does that say about you? That they,
I mean, we'll see as the year goes if more guys start calling me, when they need help. But I guess I'll take that as a compliment. I'm the guy that if you need some help,
yep.
You can call me and I'll answer the phone and do my best to get the job done.
I'm curious about your high school playing days because this is a podcast for high school football in Minnesota. Tell me about Friday Night Lights at Duluth Denfeld. What did it feel like, smell like? What do you remember?
Some of the greatest memories in my football career. Even after playing in the league for 9 going on 10 years, there's nothing like Friday Night Lights. There's nothing like the school day. Going into a school day on a Friday, wearing your jersey, knowing that every single class you're in, everybody's excited for the game, and then just getting to that 7 p.m. Playing under the lights, man. Like I truly can't even explain the feeling of it. It's just one of those things, kind of like a core memory or core feeling. Just excited to go out there and play.
It's really funny when you talk to current or former NFL players that they all basically say that same thing, that was the best time of their life in playing the game. Why do you think that is? It was just, it was more than fun, right? It was work, it was job, but it's not like what you're doing now.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly it. Obviously, I still love the game. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love the game.
Right.
But there's a different type of posture or a different type of perspective going into high school. High school ball. It truly is just a full on. You don't care about anything else. You're just going out there playing football with your boys, having fun, and you try to emulate that. At the higher levels you go. And I mean, at the Vikings organization, we do a great job of emulating that, but still just truly going out there, just having fun with your guys, thinking about the stuff you guys are going to do afterwards, like homecomings, like it's just unmatched.
Did you have one coach or one mentor growing up that maybe gave you some advice or said something to you that has stuck with you all this time through your college days into the NFL? Something that, you just haven't forgotten because it was that important when they said it.
Yeah. I'm glad you bring that up. So my high school coach, most of my high school career, besides my senior year, was Frank Huey. Then, longtime Denfeld athlete, coach. He actually just passed away not too long ago, and I was able to go to his funeral and be with his family and say goodbye. But I told this story because it's something that has stuck with me my whole life, and I think it has projected me to where I am today and how I approach the game. Is he was my PE teacher, and I was a fifth grade boy. We were playing maybe like some line tag or color tag or something. And I remember he pulled me aside and said, CJ, someday you are going to be the leader of my football team. And I don't even think I played football at that time, right? And for him to see something in me before I even saw something in myself, it kind of stuck. It stuck with me, and I think that is propelled me to where I am now and how I approach everything, the way that I lead, the way that I work. He saw that and expected that out of me. So now I see that and I expect that out of myself.
He must have been very proud of you when you played in the NFL for so long, and to see all that. That's a great story. That really is good. Put your coach's hat on for me for a second. There's high school football players, running backs. They want to play that position. What would you say are the most important things that a young player needs to think about, work on, strive for if they want to be in your position someday?
Good question. I really, it's the typical, go out there, work hard. There's always someone out there who's working hard. So you gotta have that posture of, right, I'm gonna outwork everybody, right? But I think just as important as physically working hard, I really just say just be a good person. I think that's going to get you further than anything else you can do physically. You go out there, be a good teammate. Be a good athlete. Listen to your coaches. Be respectful. Treat people with respect. Do the right thing. Make smart choices. I think that in and of itself, along with working hard and doing everything physically, that's really what's going to help you, I think, have success.
You've always been one to give back. That's part of who you are. You have a football camp in Duluth in the summer. Talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to guess that maybe you get more out of that than the kids get out of it.
It's truly a blessing. I always say, like, the reason I do some of the things I do is because someone once did it for me. Yep. And, growing up in the Boys and Girls Clubs, the community centers, there was just so many people who took time out of their day to pour into me, to give me advice, to help me in school, to help me with my athletics, that they really instilled in me, like, hey, I have to do that same thing. And for me to be able to, bring back to Duluth, to Sioux Falls, the communities that mean so much to me, doing a youth camp, it means the absolute world. I love football. Football has taught me so much. So to be able to bring that to them and just see the smile on kids' faces, it really lights me up. And like you said, I think it does so much more for me than it does for them. They're having fun, all those right. things, but I'm just so appreciative and just blessed to be able to do that.
All right, last question. I know there's a lot of Viking fans who are excited for this season. Some have anxiety over a rookie quarterback leading the team. CJ, ease everybody's mind right now about JJ McCarthy.
Oh, we are going to be just fine. First off, we have a super talented team. One person doesn't make the team. So when you surround yourself with great people, great athletes, we're all working together for one goal. And our coaches are, I might be a little biased, but the best in the NFL.
It's okay to be biased.
And JJ has shown every single step of the way. From last year, he kind of got hot during training camp. Unfortunately, got hurt. Yep. But throughout that whole season, he was a student of the game. He learned. We went into OTAs, and right away you can see that, hey, what he did previously, it stayed with him. He's a competitor. He's a winner. And I'm super excited to go out there and ball out with him. I'm excited to see that juice that he brings, that 22-year-old energy. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You remember what that was like, right? To have
I sure do. I sure do.
Hey, I appreciate you doing this. Thanks so much, and good luck this season.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
This episode is brought to you by 612 Quarterbacks, Minnesota's premier quarterback development program. At 612Qs, they're committed to creating a high-quality quarterback development program, both affordable and accessible. Their training goes beyond the basics, not only focusing on proper throwing mechanics and footwork, but also building strong football IQ, leadership, and resilience. Their mission is to educate, inspire, and challenge athletes to raise their standards on the field and in life. Through training and mentorship, they're building more than quarterbacks. They're building a community rooted in growth, accountability, and shared success. Learn more today at 612quarterbacks.com. Well, the Bentons, Ray and Blake, are in studio as we get closer to the start of high school football here in August. Of course, Thursday night, August 28th, you guys open up against Egan. Shakopee head football coach, and Blake is a junior star player for the Sabres. Thanks for being here. This is, I think, year 11 for you at Shakopee. And it seems like the last 3 years, you've really started to kind of get it together. You went to the semifinals last year. You lost to Maple Grove, but you've been to the state tournament, I think, 3 of the last 4 years. How do you feel about this season? Where do you feel like your program is right now?
I would say, every year, we talk about Sabre pride, who we are. We run a system offensively. We run a system defensively. So we like to say, that we do all the right things on the off season. So every year the talent may change, but we're going to be who we are. We're going to play, we're going to run the ball. We're going to be physical. We're going to get after it. We're going to do all the right things on and off the field. So, I always like to say we're a tough out for anybody. Yeah. And like I said, the talent's going to change. I think we have some talent coming back. We also have some new talent that has to hit on the field. So we got some players that have not played Friday night. But that's why we go and we do some of the things on the off season and get them ready for it. So, and
you have this young guy that's back there. Now, you played defensive back last year, but will you play that or will you play linebacker? What are you going to play, Blake?
Yeah, most college schools that are recruiting me, they see me as a linebacker, but for Shakopee, I'm going to be staying at safety. And then,
so Dad doesn't see you as that right now?
No, not right now. And then offense, I might move to a receiver for a little bit, but yeah.
So do you envision playing in both ways?
Yeah. He's been getting some reps on both sides of the ball, so getting him comfortable over there as well.
Still primary defense, though.
Still primary defense. And you love that side of the football. Yeah. What is it that you love the most about playing defense?
I definitely just say the contact and being able to hit, and then also like being able to dial up offenses and watching film with my dad to really know what we're on and having keys to read. I just love that.
Is this a little surreal? Because he was your ball boy. And now he's your football conversation equal almost.
Oh my God.
That must be a little strange.
I tell you what, some people are saying, how you doing? And that expression of I'm living the dream. Yeah. That you think of as a dad. I've got a son who's doing some really good things in the game of football. Yeah. And then as a coach, to have him out there on the field and see the things that he can do, and keep trying to get better. And it's really living the dream. Sometimes I can't even, it's hard to bring the words up because it's such a good feeling. And I love every minute of it. He's making this thing go fast now. I got to tell you that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you have a hard time distinguishing between dad and coach? No. Or is it always on the field, it's coach, and when you're home, it's dad?
Yeah, sometimes I'll slip up and say dad, but most of the time I'm saying Coach B or Coach Betton or just coach. But so that switch has to flip sometimes.
What's the conversation like at the dinner table? Is it still football, or do you try to find a place where you're not talking football?
Most of the time it's just life or not football, but sometimes if it's game week and we're preparing for a team, it's mostly football. Right. And we love it though. It's not like a bad thing when we're talking about football. It's usually just
when I was coaching my sons in youth football, the thing that I remembered the most, that I loved the most, wasn't the games. It was the conversation in the car to the game and the conversation coming back. And that's, if you were to ask my two boys that's what they would also say, is because the games go too fast. There's just so much going on, but it's that conversation leading in and coming out. Do you kind of feel the same way? Or?
Oh, without a doubt. He got his license. He turned 16 in January. So we drive to school every day together. And so we're talking, and it's the game week, and and it's Blake watched a lot of film by himself. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's on his iPad at night, just like I am, right? And so we'll get in the car and he'll be like, Dad, did you notice this? You know what I mean? Did you notice this? And we'll talk about it, and in practice, I'm going to try this. And, so he's cerebral. He's just really into the game. Right. But you're right. It's after the game, I think, is really all the fun things, right?
Yeah.
Because there's things on the field that I can't see right away from where I'm at.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm watching, my scope is way out here where he's watching his keys and things like that. So, I can say, hey, what happened on that 3rd and 6 over there that ran to your side? And he knows the details of exactly what happened, and he'll tell me about it. I'm like, oh, okay. And then you watch the film and you see.
It's kind of hard to have conversations sometimes in the heat of the battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's afterwards where you can kind of just kind of take a breath and figure it all. I want to talk about Blake because he's one of the top junior recruits in Minnesota since January. Football offers from NDSU, North Dakota, South Dakota State, South Dakota, Iowa State, Washington State, Gophers, Vanderbilt, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri. Am I missing anybody?
No, that's.
What does that feel like for you?
I mean, I'm just really grateful for all these schools believing in me. But I mean, football's always been my dream and to make it to the NFL. So knowing I have a chance to play at the next level and play at a high level too, I mean, there's not much more I could ask for.
So talk a little bit about this recruiting process so far. And I know it's early because all this stuff is happening. You still have this season and next season, high school wise, but what's your overall view of the recruiting process? How do you want this to go? Because you kind of control how you want it to go.
Yeah, I mean, me and my dad are going to be going to a lot of game days this year and seeing like game day atmosphere and like how the coaches are really on the field. And we went to a couple spring balls to just see like what practice is like. But I feel like the main thing for me is like the relationship I build with the coaches and like really getting to know them as a person and then as a coach. And then also them for me, like player or person, then player. So those are 3 like, and then also I want to see how they develop players to become NFL talent. And I want to just be a part of like their tradition and also make it to the NFL one day.
It's a pretty impressive list for someone who played at Bemidji State and now sees his son going to play. Right. Are you kind of blown away?
Everybody says it's his mom. It's not me. That's his mom. That's his mom.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I get thrown to the back there.
Are you kind of blown away by all of this?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, you look at you look at now in the Power 4, and I mean, to say you got somebody, and you got somebody in the Big 10, the Big 12, you got the SEC involved in a Pac-12 school. It's pretty crazy. Am I blown away? I mean, the kid's talented. I mean, he can do a lot of good things, and like you said, he's still got another year. He's just starting his junior year. Right. He had the hoop dreams too when he was younger. He plays basketball and football. But football he's always loved, and like he said, he loves the physical part of it.
What role do you play early on right now in the recruiting process for him, and how are you trying to be involved but also hands off? Yeah. How do you find that balance?
Just letting him know that there's going to be. These coaches are going to offer 150 to 200 guys, and you're still, you got to be who you are, and you've got to do your work for this team, number one, but you have to keep getting better at all facets of this game, mentally, physically.
Right.
So and then you got to pick what's right for you.
Right.
Mom and dad may have a favorite that we like, but you got to look at the academics. You got to look at who the coaches are. Your linebacker coach, your position coach, and they may be gone.
That's right.
Like Coach Flex said, he signed an extension. He goes, I ain't going nowhere. That guy, that linebacker coach you love, he might be gone, but I'm not going anywhere. So I'll be here. So you got to find that too. Do I like this head coach, and what does he, So it's all those things. It's all that recruiting stuff that you got to kind of hip them
and
up
it's
to.
a lot of things that you have to think about too. I mean, what are you interested in studying? Do they offer that for you? I mean, football is great, but it's not the real life. There's going to be life after, whether it's earlier or later, there's going to be life after. So a lot of things to think about.
Yeah, I feel like my dad also helps a lot with the college coaches tell you what you want to hear, obviously, and he always he'll give me the real of it. Hey, you're gonna be treated like that. He's usually telling me the real, and he helps me a lot with that.
Right. So it kind of gives you a good perspective on what's happening right now. In your mind, do you set a timetable for when you'd like to make a decision, or are you still like just so open-ended to everything right now that you're not in a hurry?
Yeah, I'd say I'm probably like planning, like not anytime soon will I be committing, but probably like this time next year or earlier than this time next year. I plan on making a decision overall.
How are you a different football player now than you were a year ago? What has made you a better player?
Yeah, I'd say last year I was still basketball first. Like we were
really.
Yeah, so I played for Howard Pulley, and we ended up making it to the Peach Jam, and I mean that's a week of just straight basketball, and we ended, and then after that we had to go to this USA thing, and that was another like 4 or 5 days on top of that. So I missed all of this last year. I didn't really get to work out as much as I like to, so I think I was 175 pounds, 180, and now I'm up to 200. I'm faster, stronger, and just feel feel better on the field. So I feel like this year I'm really going to take a step up.
So the basketball kind of took a back seat in the off season here and allowed you to kind of focus more on the football part of it.
Yeah, I didn't play AU this year to really focus on football.
I bet you that made you happy.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Not mama. My wife loves basketball and football.
Yeah.
And she gets a lot of energy watching them play basketball. He's a pretty good hooper too, right? So she gets a lot of energy watching them play basketball. And but we made that decision, and I just said, hey, if we're going to get bigger, stronger, and faster, these 3 months are important.
Yes, they are.
As we go to camps and look at going to camps, we got to go.
Especially like going into your senior year and you go to those camps.
Yes.
I mean, that's where people get, they start making decisions.
No doubt.
And,
no doubt.
Separating yourself a little bit.
Yes.
Last question for you. Do you set goals for yourself? Do you kind of like, these are some of the things I want. I know you want to go to state as a team. I'm talking about you individually. These are the things that I want to accomplish this year for me.
Yeah, I mean, definitely just want to be like an all-state caliber player. And then one thing I've always been thinking about is maybe if it's not this year, but senior year, I want to be a Gatorade Player of the Year or Mr. Football or have one of those accolades when I'm done playing high school football.
And you know what that takes. It takes a ton of work. It takes exceptional play. That's how it gets done. Mm-hmm. Well, I wish you nothing but luck. Thanks for coming in and doing this.
Thank you for having us.
Good luck. Thursday night, August 28th, Shakopee takes on Egan to open the 2025 football season. We'll be right back. I was visiting with my friends at Truestone Financial the other day. They're a warm and welcoming group. They're known as the Neighborhood Credit Union, and I can't think of a better way to describe them. When I'm at Truestone, I feel like I'm chatting with my neighbors. Combine that personality with a full menu of services and a lot of financial expertise, and you have a winning combination. Whether I need a checking account, a car loan, or even a mortgage, I know I'm going to work with some very smart, friendly people. With 23 locations in Minnesota and Wisconsin, you're not far from a Truestone neighborhood. Visit a branch near you or learn more at truestone.org. Truestone is an equal housing opportunity lender. A reminder, next week, I'll announce our Talk North preseason all-state football team, 27 players. That's on August 18th. You don't want to miss it. The Shaver Prep Football Podcast drops every Monday, and you can catch us on YouTube and where podcasts can be found. So football practice underway in Minnesota, which means Friday Night Lights are not far behind. Should be fun. My thanks to producer Alex Haugen and the great folks here at Talk North. Thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week.